Alright guys, back with you again. So I got something pretty cool here that a lot of you guys never seen before. I talked about it a few times in some other videos, but this is going to be on the V440 Fuel injected motor. This motor was introduced around late 98 and it went into full production until, I don't know, 2005 to 8 or something, and around that era, and they stopped doing it. But this motor was fully electronic. It was a regular old W4 1770 motor. And then they, to try to match what the EPA wanted out of them in the late 90s, they decided to go ahead and try to fuel inject an old dog, is what I call it, trying to clean it up. And it worked a little bit, but the downfall was they ran it too lean or something. I think the main problem with these motors were they would burn up on number 4 cylinder, and I've got a few here I'll show you in a second. But anyways, other than that, it was a great concept and it worked really good, but they just didn't really work all the bugs out, and they scratched that system. They went to a newer system before they went out of business. But here's the V440 right here. That's a pretty motor. This is a generator that I built a long time ago. This motor they gave me at the factory back then as a gift, I guess you would say. And so I took it home. It was just black, and just redid everything and made it real pretty. Everything is just spray painted black from the factory, and so that wasn't good enough, so just went through and redid it. Sending the pictures back, they're really happy with it. And I think they used this paint scheme for a concrete show that they went to one year in Vegas or something, or Florida. But anyways, let's crank it up real quick. You can hear it. Got electric fuel pump that turns on, cycles for a second. Got the fuel injector right here, and it's all electronic, fly-by-wire. More detail of stuff later on when I show you what we do with these other motors, but just a few things that they did that were very impressive. So you know how the starter sounds like hammered crap on a regular V4 because it's mounted to the air shroud, so it's just really flimsy. They actually casted a section off the timing gear cover like the 65 horse has to hold the starter up. So that was one major improvement. It also has higher compression heads on it. There's no governor anymore, of course, because it's all fly-by-wire. It runs off a computer, but they changed the heads. It's got a coil pack right here that runs the cylinders. It's got a crank trigger down on the flywheel. The camshaft is different. It's got a higher, different duration and higher lift cam in it, and that's why it bumped up so high. It went to 40 horse, you know, instead of the 35. You notice right here, there's no place for a magneto. This is just blanked off right here. They recasted all the cover, and then there's a trigger up in here that hits pins on the flywheel for the timing. Pretty neat stuff. And there's more than that. And they changed the pistons. They changed the oiling system on it. They just really went for it. They took that old motor and really refined it. Pretty much what they did. But it ran too lean on this one cylinder right here, and it would melt the piston in this cylinder. So my quest right now is to fix that problem, and it's fixable. I've already found a way to fix the problem. So here's what we got. I got 8 of these things in one truckload from a place out in California. They don't look like much, but that's what they look like from the factory, just black. Some of these are painted a different color. So pretty excited. So hopefully we can build a Frankenstein out of. I'm gonna take a couple of these, of course, to build one, just some regular factory builds, and then I'm gonna make a Frankenstein motor out of it. I had a turbo setup that I built for that generator that I just showed you. It ran too lean, so I took the turbo off. So I'm going to do a few new tricks to it. We're going to make it real fancy and pretty. Hopefully be turbocharged, and see if we can't burn one of these things up. Obviously, I can afford to lose a couple motors right now, so I can really experiment really hard on this motor. So anyways, we'll see.